Hello and welcome to an IGN commentary video look at Planetside 2. I'm Anthony Gallegos, dropping right into what I hope will be the heat of battle. This is an MMO FPS from Sony Online Entertainment, currently in open beta. So, you know, everything you're going to see here, nothing is final. They're still doing a lot of balance testing. Oh man, got an enemy airship flying above me. Let's see what we got going on. This is not good. This is not good. For now, we're holding this outpost up here, but from what I understand, it is under attack, which is not going to happen on my watch. So, you know, as an FPS, you do have to be skilled enough to actually shoot people, but the thing that kind of separates Planetside from, you know, your traditional online FPS is that it's sheer scale. I mean, everything you see right here, I can go there. This is all one gigantic battlefield. Every airship you see, every turret you see being manned, that's all being done by another player. It's really Battlefield on a scale that you don't really see, even in a game like Battlefield, actually. Oh, gotta get this guy. Okay, so right now they're trying to capture this base. I can't let that happen. That is unacceptable. I just held the point. We're holding it viciously, trying desperately anyways to do so, but we are obviously being pushed on. There's like one of my friendly aircraft in the air, but then we also, you saw there's enemy fighters flying overhead, enemy armor, that's a friendly. It looks like we might have secured this. Let's go inside. Oh, I don't. Okay. So you can see, it's never a sure thing once you start holding a place. So let me see where I am on the map. I'm here. This is just the area that you're looking at. This is the zone, the base that I'm part of. You can get a sense of scale for the entire map. It's a massive, massive battlefield, and it's all one continuous thing. There's no zoning in between these separate areas. You are where you are. So if I want to get myself, you know, off of this spot where we're kind of holding out in defense but not necessarily attacking, I could actually just take. Oops, sorry, I got distracted. I'm getting a little fearful now that there are enemies everywhere. So my team's actually pushing into this section over here that you see, and I think I'm going to see if I can head over there and give them a little additional help. Planetside 2 makes, you know, not everyone's obviously a foot soldier. You've seen the guys flying overhead, but they make it really easy for you to just walk up and purchase a vehicle as well, although I just realized that this terminal is still not ours yet. We need to hold this point, I think, a little bit longer before things get converted. Let's see. There we go. Facility defended. Now we can use the terminal, and I can get me a car to drive, well, not a car, but a buggy. Flash. Okay, just like that, I spawned myself a vehicle, taken off to the base where it looks like we are getting in it a little hot and heavy. Oh, man. I'm not the best Flash driver in the world, but I try. It's a little unwieldy when you're going over rough terrain, but the good thing about it is that while it's basically has no armor whatsoever, it is really fast. Although right now, I'm doing a really terrible job of driving and talking. Let's see if I can get in here. All right, this point is being contested. Get up in the base. Looks like we're trying to push this pretty hard. Remember, like I said, things are still in beta, which is why it looks like this base is actually temporarily broken. This actually isn't appearing the way it should. If anything, this should actually not be floating in the air like it is, but for now it's going to allow me to sit here and try and capture it. So, shot down by an enemy emplacement. Like I said, you know, I can't really complain. That's the whole job of a person that's playing in this battle. You know, they should be manning the turrets, doing that sort of thing. So let's see, where's the nearest place I can spawn? I can spawn at the base we just managed to take, or I can spawn over here where there's some vehicles. This base looks like it's probably under attack as well. You can see little representations of airships and enemy armor that are currently spotted moving around. Since no one's bothered to move in a Sunderer, which is a mobile spawn point, I'm going to see if I can spawn over at this other place and bring some sort of vehicle to the fray. Let's see if there are any vehicle spawn points here. That is... oh, it looks like we can only spawn flashes here as well. Kind of puts us at a little bit of a disadvantage against this enemy armor that's moving in. Don't really have a whole lot that can fight that unless I switch to... let me run back in base. I'm going to switch to a different class that has a rocket launcher, which hopefully these other people that are coming in here, that's also what they're doing. All right. Let's see. These actually, this is a cool little feature. These gateways here, when you control the base, they allow your people to move out, but they keep the enemy from going in, which kind of prevents people from just viciously spawn camping you. We might have fought off those enemy vehicles, or at least made them run away. I guess that a little assault they did. Oh yeah, they pushed back. Let's see if we can push up the front line, which seems like what we're trying to do now. Oh man, lots of enemies coming in via dropship. This is going to be a major push from them. This is kind of a really hotly contested area, but I want to see if I can knock out this tank, if I'm careful. Let's see. Coming up on it. Oh, got the shot off, but I missed. That's the bad thing about fighting a tank on foot. One shot from him and I'm pretty much toast. One shot from me, he can probably take it. But at least enough of us are pushing up now. I think we got him a little confused. Oh man, things are getting crazy. We're pushing, we're pushing. Let's see if I can get up here. Enough to make a difference. Every man makes a difference. It's not looking good. And I go down for the count. Oh man, that just gives you kind of an idea of the sense of scale of the battlefield. You know, as I was looking out to my right and looking out to my left, you could see a bunch of guys kind of pushing on the offensive. Even when we look here on the mini-map, you can see a ton of flashes driving out from the spawn point, trying to get themselves back into the frontline fight. Let's see, I guess maybe I'll spawn back at the other one. Let's see, we're still trying to push that other base. It kind of gives you an example of the population of the server when I go to the main map. You can see that right now there's 38% of us playing right now, 35%, 26% of them. You know, it's pretty well balanced. It generally sits, in my experience, at around 30% per faction per continent. Although, like some of you might be experienced if you're playing in the beta, the new continent of Isamir, if you're playing on the West Coast server of Thebes, is currently completely taken over by the rebels. I mean, you can try and play on it if you want, but the rebels have pushed both factions back to their warp gates, which is, you know, kind of cool, right? It's actually kind of interesting to see that one side can fight well enough to take over and conquer another faction. Oh, I was not paying enough attention to that sniper. You know, that sort of system can actually happen where one side can win. You know, maybe they did it in the middle of the night, maybe they did it during off hours when a bunch of people weren't around to defend it. But as a result of that, you know, my team's also pretty well populated on this server and are managing to, you know, do quite a bit of damage here. So let's see what we can do. Got that sniper moving in close, which I do not like. Switched myself to a light assault to use my jetpack for maybe a little bit more maneuverability. Oh, enemy airship in the air, trying to rain fire down on us. Can't really do a whole lot to him though with this. Let me see if there's a turret nearby that I can pop into to try and provide some air cover. Looks like me and this guy had the same idea though. Let's see. Alright, where's that enemy airship? Do not like him stalking us the way he is. Too far away, out of range. These are actually really good turrets against enemy airships and you know, enemies, troops that are trying to take the base. Let's see. Nothing within range, it would appear, though. But there's kind of a role, I guess this kind of shows that there's, you know, there's a role for you in Planetside no matter what you want to do. You want to be a combat medic, which is actually often an underserved role that you can earn a ton of experience at. You can do that. You want to be a heavy assault trooper that's on the front lines. You can buy a max suit, you know, push up in there and kind of lead the way. And if you have someone that follows you, like a really skilled engineer, they can, ooh, got to take out these snipers finally. They can, if you have a really skilled engineer, they can sit there and repair your max suit and keep you pushing forward, and it can actually make a huge difference. I think we got the sniper finally, maybe? Just want to make sure we got this area cleared out. Okay, okay. Still got that tank in the distance, though, along with more soldiers. Things are not going so well. Oh, and that tank just took a pot shot at me. This is getting a little hairy. But, you know, part of me actually, as much as I like attacking bases, I actually really love doing defense, too. you know, rolling around with a mech suit like this guy, and the two of us just kind of like holding out as long as we can against a relentless assault, which actually happens a lot, is pretty commonplace in Planetside 2. Let me see. There's tons of airships in the area. I guess maybe I should just try and jump in a flash and see if I can get myself over into the fight. Let's see. Don't know why I can't use this terminal right now. Well, regardless, that's kind of a large overview of Planetside 2. You know, you get a look at the size of the battles, the sheer scale of the world, the variety of roles that you can pick, you know, the fact that you can just airdrop in from space, you know, smash right into combat, then you can push with your team to try and take over a base. It's a constant struggle to see who can fight over these territories and resources. It's battlefield, you know, that take place on a scale that even Battlefield can't match. You know, this is warfare on a totally different level than what you've probably experienced in other first-person shooters. We're really excited about it and are looking forward to Planetside when it releases later this year.